far beneath the Earth's surface, deep on the ocean floor. One landmark continues to fascinate above all the rest.
We had no connection to land, but we knew that we were 2.5 miles directly above a very significant gravesite.
Its tragic tale has been told many times.
And it was just a horrendous story of everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
But there is another story, an ongoing technological drama, a high-tech adventure to discover and explore the mysteries of the RMS Titanic.
Titanic was sort of this lost mythical thing, but then it suddenly wasn't.
This is that story, a quest marked by failure, success, classified operations, and moral uncertainty. 90 years after the loss of 1,500 souls, the story continues to this day. In the summer of 2001, imaging researchers from Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution in Massachusetts returned to this extraordinary wreck site aboard Russian submersibles. The latest challenge, fine-tuning underwater high-definition cameras to capture Titanic in a clarity yet to be seen. The story of Titanic and the story of ocean technology are inseparable. Titanic serves both as inspiration, daring scientists to create new technology, and as a proving ground for their latest equipment and instruments. This is the story of those people, the amazing gear they develop, and the almost insurmountable challenges they face.
I'm hoping that the resolution and quality of the high-definition systems that we're using will really bring the experience, the feeling that you're actually there.
There's a lot of science that can be done on Titanic. We know that the day that it hit the bottom of the ocean. So we can study the impact of Titanic on the seafloor. We can study the kinds of animals that have made Titanic their home.
But there is a paradox to this mysterious place. The closer technology brings us, and the clearer the picture, the more we become enveloped in its mysteries. By the late 1990s, anyone with a spare $36,000 can rent a Russian submarine, one of the handful capable of reaching Titanic's great depths. The two Mir submarines regularly take the trip 2.5 miles down. That's 36 football fields or 9 Empire State Buildings. Today, it's all become rather routine. Of course, as any submersible pilot will tell you, one minor breach in the hull could mean that your head is about to be squashed like a tomato.
Whenever we do see little drips, and we do see them, the first thing you do is taste it. And hopefully it tastes like fresh water, which is just condensate within the sphere. If it's salty, then you definitely have a problem.
Working in 6,000 pounds a square inch, which really is the analogy of if you were to balance 2 double-decker buses onto a thumbnail, that's the equivalent local displacement of that pressure.
Woods Hole is in the science business, not the shipwreck business, so they take a hands-off approach to the site. They play no part in the salvaging of artifacts, a for-profit business that began back in 1987. The exhibitions of those artifacts feed the ever-growing epidemic of Titanomania and the legions of self-proclaimed Titanic fanatics. Their numbers grow in 1997 with the release of one of the largest grossing films of all time, itself a marvel of technology and special effects. But Titanic is more than a trendy curiosity about a tragic event in history. It's a cautionary tale about blind faith in technology. Even the ship's captain was dazzled by state-of-the-art shipbuilding.
Captain Smith said, "I cannot imagine a situation that would cause a modern ship to founder. Modern shipbuilding has gone beyond that."
People in Victorian England came to trust in these wonderful scientific achievements. They put their reliance on the designer, on the builder, much as we do today.
April 10th, 1912. A festive atmosphere meets the passengers as they embark on the RMS Titanic, the vessel they call the Wonder Ship. I saw what seemed like a huge building, passenger Edith Russell recalls. 11 stories high, with tier upon tier of glittering electric lights dressed over all.
For some reason, the Titanic takes center stage. I think it's because World War I had not happened. There was this period of time just before the war, sort of a magical time, almost the time of a Camelot, if you will.
Nicknamed the Millionaire's Special, the ship is known for its first-class appointments and opulent surroundings. Few remember that it is registered as an immigrant ship.
In third class, there were something like 24 nationalities. Almost the entire spectrum of humanity was represented on board the Titanic.
Many personal treasures are loaded on the ship, destined never to complete the crossing from Southampton, England to New York. Second-class passenger Stuart Collette isn't trusting his Bible to the baggage hold, though. His brother tells him to keep it with him for good luck, and he survives. This is the Gilded Age, a time of incredible progress. Most of the people on the Titanic can remember a time without electric lights, telephones, automobiles. It seems that humans could conquer anything, even the waves of the ocean. It didn't seem unusual to label a ship unsinkable.
The words first appear in the pages of a very prestigious British shipbuilding journal, which in describing these watertight bulkheads said that the captain could move a switch, close the watertight doors, and make the vessel, quote, virtually unsinkable, unquote. Well, the popular press picked up on that phrase, and they managed to delete the word virtually, and so the unsinkable ship was born in the minds of the public.
The ship's owners never called Titanic unsinkable, but the crew and passengers take it as gospel truth. Their confidence is further assured by a recent innovation on board, Guglielmo Marconi's wireless telegraph. But two-thirds of the way into their journey, as they are unwittingly speeding toward a field of massive ice formations, their faith and their lives are to be shattered forever. The mighty bow of the Titanic, with its dripping rusticles, has become an icon of the last decade of the 20th century. In the 21st century, we can marvel at it through the latest in high definition, pictures with a wider screen and twice the resolution of regular TV. Just looking at the ghostly wreck brings back the violence that occurred here. It is April 14th, 1912. The radio operators receive numerous Morse code warnings from other ships in the area about ice flows and icebergs. One transmission from the nearby steamship Californian is stifled by Titanic's chief wireless operator Jack Phillips. "Shut up," he tells them. "I am busy." At 11:40 p.m., the largest ship on the ocean, 46,000 tons, going 25 miles an hour, scrapes against the largest natural moving object in the world.
The worst thing that could be imagined was a puncture in the ship's hull, so the Titanic was built to withstand that damage, and as a matter of fact, could even withstand the flooding of 4 compartments in the forward part of the ship. Unfortunately, on the night of April 14th, 1912, there were 6 compartments that were open to the sea, and that doomed the unsinkable ship.
Just after midnight, Captain Smith gives the order to ready the lifeboats. The sea temperature is 28 degrees, and there are only enough lifeboats for roughly half of the 2,200 people on board, and even those go out partially filled. The unsinkable ship dips below the waves at 2:20 a.m. on April 15th, 1912. It breaks into 2 pieces and plunges over 2 miles to the floor of the Atlantic. More than 1,500 souls are lost.